So are you a nurse, midwife, or healthcare professional thinking about starting a new life in Norway? Well, here's the good news. Norway is desperately in need of nurses, and they're actively looking for skilled health workers from outside the country, and that could include you. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know from the application process to getting a job in Norway. We will cover all the required documents, the full application process, and where to actually find real job opportunities once you're authorized, your language requirements, and if you have to start learning the Norwegian language. So before we dive in, here are some tips you need to know. If your qualification is a diploma, not a bachelor's degree, you won't get full authorization immediately. Instead, you will receive a partial authorization as a nurse. From there, you have two options. Either you take a supplementary training or adaptation program to upgrade your authorization, or apply as a healthcare assistant, start working in Norway, and later upgrade to become a fully licensed nurse. So I will discuss this in detail after the application process. So let's dive in. So to begin, you visit authorization and licenses for healthcare personnel in Norway. We choose profession. We are applying as a general nurse, so we select from the option.
Music licensing reimagined.
So where did you obtain your basic health education? Within the EU or outside EU? Outside EU. So these are the documents you need to prepare when applying as a nurse or midwife. First of all, you need your diploma certificate. You need to prove that you've completed nursing or midwifery school. You'll also need your transcript or diploma supplement. If this consists of the breakdown of everything you studied, your subjects, your grades, and the duration. You also need your detailed curriculum. Contact the school where you completed your health education for this document, because Norway doesn't just want to see what you studied. They want to know what you actually learned and how long you spent learning it. This must include your theory. For each subject you studied, include the learning objectives, what you were supposed to learn. Show the time spent per subject, either in X credit or number of hours. And for clinical placement, let them know how many you had, how long they lasted, what the goal was, and where they took place, either Conforn or 37 Military Hospital. So, and how you were evaluated. The next is to demonstrate your practical training. This by showing how many weeks or hours you spend in each department, by describing what kind of training it was, either patient care, observation, simulation, or skills lab. And again, mention where it took place. This must match your study years. The curriculum must reflect the exact years you studied. So if you graduated in 2016, don't bring a 2020 syllabus. You should also include your school's contact information, their email address, phone numbers, or all the other address of the school. And you'll also need to list the textbooks and study materials. You know, Norway wants to know the actual books and materials you studied from. This list must come from your school, and it has to match your study period. So now, depending on your background, you may also need the following. So depending on your background, you may also need a proof of your licensing exam. If you are from a country like Ghana and took the NMEC licensing exams, attach evidence that you passed. You also need licenses to practice. This is where you include your nursing or midwifery licenses from Ghana or any other country where you've worked. You need your work experience certificate. If you've worked after graduation, you will need a proper certificate from your employer. And this must include your job title, a brief description of your role, the percentage of your working hours, either full-time or part-time, the start and the end dates. But here's the thing, it must be official. It should be on a company letterhead or stamped. And it needs to be signed by your supervisor or department head and include their full name and title. And the workplace contact information as well. You know, CVs, contract, or recommendation letters don't count. Norway won't accept those as proof of experience. So after submitting all the required documents, the Norwegian Health Directorate will simply assess your document to see if your education and training meet their standards. If everything checks out, you will get your authorization and can register to start working.
Music licensing reimagined.
If the applicant is from any of these countries, their transcript must be sent directly from the school they completed. So after gathering all the necessary documents, you go on to apply through Altinn application. That's if you do not have a Norwegian ID. And the processing fee for the application currently costs 1,665 Norwegian krona, which is equivalent to £125. So you start the application by visiting alternative login in Altinn. You create a new user account. I already have an account, so I'll go and enter my details. I log in, I search for application for authorization and lines for healthcare workers. Advanced search, Altinn. I scroll down for an option, this is what I'm looking for. And you start a service. So you begin by entering your date of birth, your first name, and your last name as stated on your passport. Have you changed your name? No. Citizen of Ghana. Gender man. So this is where you enter your contact info, mobile number. So this is where you enter the address that you would like to be contacted. With me, I'm currently living in the UK and it's being recognized as British, but not the UK. I enter my address. Altinn. Actually, this ain't my original address though. Enter my city. Raisbury. Where I enter the profession I'm applying. Select the profession and the approval type you are applying for. So I'm applying as a general nurse. Approval type, authorization and license. We'll click continue. You enter principal education, country of qualification. I add my qualification from Ghana, educational level, university, the educational institution, and Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. The diploma, title of diploma or certificate. BSc nursing, education from September 2019. So April 2023, date on which your degree was obtained. That's on the 14th of July 2023. So do you have the right to practice in other countries? So I chose no. If you choose yes, you have to add those countries where you've applied your nursing. Choose no to move forward quickly. Do you have any nursing related work experience? If you select yes, that means you need to add those details, but I select no to keep things simple for now. Do you have any relevant courses? If yes, you add them. I also selected no for this part. So So this section is where you will submit all your required documents, your passport, signed form, degree certificate, transcript, curriculum, any other necessary supporting documents you are required to. After that, you review the full form to make sure everything is correct. Then you sign, you make your payment, and download your receipt. And once it's complete, and that's it for the application process. If you've got any questions or need clarification on any step, feel free to email me or drop a comment. I will do my best to get back to you. So you make sure all your documents are clear, official, and issued by your school or employer, not handwritten or self-made summaries. No way straight about documentation. But once you get everything together, it's a very fair process. So after the application, if everything meets the Norwegian nursing standard, but you don't fully qualify yet, you might be given something called partial authorization. This means the Norwegian Health Directorate may ask you to either do supplementary training, complete an adaptation period, and also submit the proof of your language proficiency. So once your documents are fully verified and accepted, you can start applying for jobs. And here is the good part. Some employers may offer you a conditional job offer. That means you could enter Norway to work as a healthcare worker while learning the language. And after passing your language exams and completing any extra requirements, you can then apply for full authorization and become a fully registered nurse or midwife in Norway. So if the Health Directorate says you need extra training, you will need to apply for a bridging or top-up program at the Norwegian University. These usually take about 1 year to complete, and during that time, you can work part-time as a healthcare assistant. In some cases, instead of going back to university, you might be allowed to do an adaptation period, but this only works if you find an employer who is willing to support you through the process. So it really depends on the job offer. About the language requirements, Norwegian is mandatory and it's best to start learning it early. You don't have to go to a physical class. There are platforms like Udemy and Preply that offer affordable, flexible online lessons that fits your schedule, So when you are ready, you can book your language proficiency exam through Knockout or NASPRO, depending on what's required at the time. You can learn and pass these exams within a period of 6 months. So here are some trusted job sites you should definitely check out. You can check out from Nav, Finn, Job Safari, and Indeed Norway. So I will leave all the links in the description below. Set up your job alerts, apply consistently, don't be afraid to reach out to employers directly. Norway needs healthcare workers, and you might just be what they are looking for. So I'll bring you to the end of the video. If this helped, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share with someone who is also on this journey. There is a place for you in Norway. You just need to follow the steps. My crowd.